Oh my God. Nova? Nova. Did you see that they raised the prices of all of the streaming services, including Catflix? This is ridiculous. We got to stop paying for it. $40 a month for Catflix just to watch the Serengeti documentaries and TVMA rated cat videos and things of that nature. I mean, come on. Speaking of nature, Jesus, there's so much. It doesn't make sense to be paying for it. And then we got Catloo, Catbo Max, Catbo Cats, uh, Catamount Plus, Cat BTV, Cat Boo TV, Cat B, like Tubi, and the other one was Pluto TV. Uh, 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 Capital TV Plus, Cat PSN Plus, huh? Catmazon Prime.
It's news time. Delivering to you the news you didn't know about, the news you didn't care about, and the news you didn't know you cared about. With host, Chad White. Now, here's that host, Chad White.
Welcome back to News Time. I'm your host, Chad White, and this is the cats apparently have streaming services news that you didn't know about. I hope I got all of them. Streaming services are expensive things to run. I mean, a couple episodes of News Time ago that may or may not have been shot in the same day. Who knows? I was talking about how tax incentives were very big for networks and studios and things to shoot shows and movies on location or in places where it didn't cost them a lot of money. And it turns out that they need to save that money because making TV shows and movies costs a lot of money, especially if you're just doing it for streaming. And really, a study has found that there's a lot of price hikes coming, and the study has found that Netflix's latest price hike is really pushing out the people who want to watch Netflix but can't afford it. And if you don't know, Netflix introduced an ad-based tier, Disney Plus introduced an ad-based tier, and these tiers cost $1 or $2 or $3 cheaper than the regular non-ad supported tier. Same thing for HBO Max. Paramount Plus has an ad-supported tier, and I'm pretty sure Apple TV Plus will have one within the next 3 years. The thing is, it costs a lot of money to subscribe to a lot of these, and it costs a lot of money to run a lot of these. But they understand that people want to subscribe, so that's why they have these HD only 720p $7 with ads tiers. But a lot of people who want to watch Netflix aren't going to do this because they're like, hey, it used to cost $12 and now it costs $15.95 just to watch shows in 1080p, every 720, if that. And you're pushing out the viewers who want to spend money but just can't find themselves. And Hulu has an ad-supported tier as well. It makes a lot of sense because people sometimes they set and forget and they just watch their things, or they spend a lot of time really taking into account, hey, I'm going to bounce from Netflix to Hulu this month. I'm going to have Hulu and Amazon this month instead of having Disney Plus and HBO Max this month. And people really go around, and when you can save a certain amount of money per month, and you're really frugal like that, then maybe it works out in that way. Netflix was testing cheaper mobile-only subscription tiers for a couple of years with beta testers, and a lot of people watch just shows on their laptop or on their tablets or on their phones, and it does make sense for that. But in the end, Netflix ended up going with price hikes for all of the Americas and pretty much all of their subscriptions. The math behind it all, it makes sense because Netflix is not a company that is operating in the green right now. In fact, no streaming service is doing that, even though they all project that they will in 2 or 3 or 5 years' time. They have the subscriber count, even if it sounds like they don't anymore, because they did have a big hit earlier this year in the loss of subscribers. But It's been a subtle rise for the past couple of years, and they have to really invest where it counts. And when it comes to America, they can raise prices to $20 for a 4K streaming version. But then when it comes to Latin America, they might have to lower prices because it's just not a wealthy country all around. So it makes sense depending on where you are in the world. I think in India they have lower tier. They have like Disney Star, and that's cheaper, and which is like their Disney Plus and Hulu at the same time. So it all works out financially for them, but for us, I think we're just kind of getting screwed in the long run. And they're going to keep coming. I mean, Apple TV Plus was raised by $1, and in 5 years' time, we're going to have HBO Max or whatever it's going to be, HBO Discovery Plus. That's probably what it's going to be. Is probably going to be $25 by then, and Disney Plus is definitely going to be 12 or 15, and Netflix is probably not going to be around, but we'll see. Speaking of things that will be around, subscribe and check. Please be around, subscribe, and check out one of our other videos. Of course, you can head to the website cpluscomedy.com, where I talk to people who have shows on streaming networks, streaming platforms. You can also follow us on social media at Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok at cpluscomedy. Follow me at Chad Black White. Listen to the Constitutionals podcast wherever you get your podcast. And I forgot what I did for the cold open, so I'm not going to refer to it.